Thank you. Okay. This is not a financial seminar. I'm not going to tell you all about making money. But I am going to talk to you about the developer program. And we'll get through that. Now, I know there's been conversations about the business side of this, the catalog, and I will get to that. And I'll try and get into it quickly. Let's see. Okay. So what are we all doing here? Why am I standing up here talking? I'm here kind of representing the program, which is a lot of people doing a lot of things. David, Robert, the API team, the web teams, the business team, everybody, right? We're trying to basically establish Citrix as a platform, period. My summary of this slide is, at some point, I'd like this developer conference to be not 100 people, not 1,000, but 10,000. Not here in Santa Clara, but at Moscone. I think this is the genesis of something really, really big. I think you guys feel that as well, and that's really what we're thinking when we talk about a developer program. It's bigger than anything we've done. It goes beyond workspace intelligence, but it stretches across our portfolio. Of course, workspace intelligence is kind of that key linchpin to really drive a different kind of conversation with customers. It's an engagement platform. That's really important. So we've got this really cool product, this really cool idea that we're building on that you've touched and played with. You need customers, right? You need to have the customers demanding. So if you have a great product, you have great customer demand, then you have the essence of building an ecosystem around it. So what's the feedback from customers? I know that some of our biggest deals ever have been because of what we've discussed around workspace intelligence. I guess I can't say more, but I can say that. So we're already seeing at the C-level individuals making decisions based on our vision for the future of work and this workspace intelligence. And the center of that is the integrations and the micro apps that everybody builds. Without a thriving ecosystem of developers, that promise can't be met. So we've got a lot of opportunity and a lot of exciting things ahead. And again, you know, from 100 to 1,000 to bigger and bigger and better. So that's kind of the vision. What are the benefits of the program? Well, first of all, you guys are in the program today. So this is, I think Steve started it off at the very beginning. Congratulations. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being in the program. I feel I need some energy in this room. Could we get up and high five one another? Yeah, I mean, something. Give me some energy, baby. Come on. Come on. Yes. I mean, a lot of hard work. Awesome. Okay, now I'm starting to feel it. Yes, yes. I also know. What's that?
More energy on the stage.
More energy on the stage? All right, let's do it. Come up here with me. All right. Okay, so look, again, I'm going to try and get through things pretty quickly. The program will have standard benefits, which is everything that you're seeing on the right, on the left, I'm sorry. So free instances, getting started kits, the tools and training, access to these events, community forums, et cetera. That's what you guys are already involved in today, right? We've got the Slack channel, et cetera, et cetera. Once you've designed and built something cool that you want to share and get to customers, then we have another step in the program, and that's around becoming a partner with Citrix. So if you want to take that step and, you know, take your great micro apps or integrations, get them in front of customers, join the program, which is a little bit more formal, go through a validation of your micro app or integration for security and performance, and I'll talk about that a little bit. You'll be able to share your apps with customers. We're building a catalog. We'll provide marketing and promotion of your work. We're looking at transactionality, rewards, revenue sharing. All of those things are very much TBD, but they're very much on all of our minds. How is this for energy, Mr. Blue Shirt? On his laptop. Dude, come on. How's the energy?
Well, you had to get me to look up, so it must not be so great.
Damn. Ouch. Wow.
Look, I'm only saying this because I want to
Thank you.
make it better, right?
Yes. Who is?
I tell you, can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
Sorry to take over. But guys, I was extremely impressed last night at the happy hour to see everybody talking and socializing and moving around. I even commented to somebody, who it was, to see technical people walking around and talking about the solutions. Last night at the party, I saw energy.
Yes. Good.
Yes.
That's what we want to capitalize on. Thank you. Okay, so transactional, the ability to, if you wish, sponsor Summit Synergy, it'll be governed by a partner agreement. So this is all under a lot of infrastructure with Citrix Ready. Let's take another. Just generally from a timeline standpoint, this is very much a preview. A lot of this stuff is very raw. We're building it. Again, we're looking for comments. We're looking for information and feedback. I'll have some time, I think, at the end for that if I speed up. So we'll formally announce this at our industry analyst event. In Q1, we'll launch it. Whereabouts in Q1, probably we'll be able to launch pieces of it at Summit and then throughout the rest of the quarter. And then throughout 2020 and 2021, we'll be enhancing this. You may see a transaction engine underneath it, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of the game plan for us. Let's take a quick look at some of this other stuff. So what's the journey look like, right? So today is part of that learning step. It's building, getting your hands dirty. As you build something and you're ready to get it out to market, you'll go through a validation step. Again, I'll spend just a little bit of time on that. Then once it's validated for security and performance, we can then put it into our catalog. I'm going to show you a prototype of that, some wireframes, and then we'll also help you with marketing and promotion of it. So we've got ideas to capture, again, all the energy that you've got around it and get it out to customers, make you money, make us money, everybody's successful. That's the idea. The developer portal is coming. This is where you'll find your documentation, sample code, API keys, test instances, and access to the forums. So stay tuned on this as we build it out. I think that was also touched on in the previous presentation with David and Robert. What does validation mean? What does it look like? There'll be 4 components to it: security, performance, a legal piece, and a quality check. Now, how many people are familiar with Citrix Ready or in Citrix Ready today? Okay, so there's a handful of people that know what this process is like and that it's done through our online verification platform. We'll leverage the same things, but we'll build a test kit specifically for micro apps and integrations. And we'll cross against these parameters. For security, micro app filters. So if you think of the PTO request, making sure that you've selected the right filter so the request goes to the manager and not to someone else in the organization or team, as an example. Sensible write back. Again, if you use the same scenario of PTO, we might look at is there an action for the manager to take? Once that action is complete, is a notification sent to the employee. So that's an example there. For performance, the synchronization interval, how often are you trying to sync data to the target system? Quantity, how much data you're trying to sync with the target system. You kind of get the idea as we scope this out and build this with the product and engineering teams. That will check either probably to start with through some UI screenshots and things of that nature. Over time, we hope to automate it so we can take your package in, run it, and look at it in real time. The legal things and quality, especially initially to start with, since we've done the integrations to the 13 target systems, these will be pretty much easy check marks. But as we build, as developers or other partners start to build integrations, we'll want to spend a little bit more time on this. And then quality is just to make sure everything is performed with reasonable data integration. So that's quickly the validation. What happens once it's validated? Now, once you're validated, once you're into the program, we can put you into our catalog. This is phase 1 of the catalog. This is the direction that we'd like to go. Love to get feedback on it. Today, you'll note that what we're showing is the initial integrations of the associated micro apps. You can see also that there's filtering capability by integration. So target system in this case would also be by partner. In this case, we're showing Citrix and a handful of others like Fujitsu, but it could be anybody else in this room that's done something that gets into the catalog. And then you'll see, there's space for other things, featured integrations, how apps work, upcoming Citrix Converges, et cetera. So that's the initial layout. If you click on Workday, then you would get to a deeper view. You'd see who the integration is developed by. Initially, this is an example. These were developed by Citrix. Obviously, if it's developed by one of you partners or developers, you would be there. You'll see request more information. So what we're thinking is 2 things. And we have to play around with this and work with it a bit, but there's 2 very interested parties. Our channel leadership has come to me and said, I would love to leverage a catalog if you're going to build one. Will you be building one? The answer was yes. To connect my 1,800 channel partners with your developer community. And I said, I think that's going to be an awesome idea. I think that's one thing that partners are always looking for. So what we'd like to do is build a simple mechanism to connect a channel partner that's maybe looking for Workday integrations and a bundle of micro apps with you. I mean, think of the examples or possibilities with that. The other is there's a customer piece of this, right? You may have customers that are going to the catalog and, we use Workday all the time. I'd like to find out more. I want to talk to the person that did this set of integrations. So imagine your name up there and getting a simple Marketo form or email form of, hey, basically here's a lead for you. So that's kind of the thought here. So visually easy to see the integrations, the micro apps. If you were the developer, this is basically your real estate. You own this page essentially. For the initial ones, we'll take that work on, but if you're familiar with Citrix Ready, you really have a lot of free will here to build your content, make it strong, execute against it, and we'll help support that as well. That's so I want to leave some time for the Q&A and the Slack channel, but in essence, what we want to do is provide you with insider access to all the latest, greatest stuff that we're going to come up with. For example, as test instances get revved and improved, you'll be the first to know. We want to give you visibility to your integrations and micro apps with Citrix and through Citrix. And then finally, we want to connect you with customers and most importantly, with our channel partners and other solution providers. that in a nutshell is what we're trying to drive with the program. Questions, comments, ideas. I know I saw a couple things on the sticky board, et cetera. So
Sorry if I gave you a hard time.
that's,
We'll chat later. But what are you guys doing in the CUGC world to try to bring that community into this?
good question. I think we will take that as an open item that we can certainly. We do a lot of that through the Citrix Ready program today with our partners, as you probably know. So I think it's a natural channel for us, quote unquote, channel to work with as well. So that's capture that one. I mean, the other thing to mention, there's a question here, is the program is for you guys. It's not for me. It's for you, right? So ideas, thoughts, we're in preview mode.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as a developer, I'd like to stop people from exporting things that I sell them or sell on the marketplace as well. Can I do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The one question I've got is the ability to, well, how are you charging for, well, we'll get a lead, right? And currently how the Citrix Ready is, we'll get a lead. But how can we monetize our connectors, right? Because if there's a way for me to set a price point and now resell that through this service, kind of like the Apple Marketplace, right? Then, you know, I'll bake out to that all week just building connectors. And, you know, is there a plan for that?
There is a discussion about transactionality. So, and there's lots of opinions and so forth. I'm very pro that, but I think we have to take things one step at a time. So initially, I think if I could go back on the screen, in the catalog, we'll say something like, this may require additional purchase or something. So we're not going to, you know, we're going to try and leave that up to you and pass a lead on to you from a customer or a channel partner to connect with you. I think down the road or over time, we would like to get back to something that is more reward-oriented or monetary, where we're sharing some transaction.
I'm gonna hedge a little bit less than John.
Okay.
And that we agreed when we talked about this that the first thing we're talking about is a catalog, and that's very short-term achievable. And John is showing you a prototype of something that will be live pretty soon, and you guys will be able to put stuff in it. Obviously, building a full transactional marketplace with a business model and chargebacks and everything is going to take longer than that. But I want to ask an honest question here. For folks in the room, if we had a marketplace a la Apple App Store kind of thing, is this something that's interesting to folks? Just quick show of hands. So several. My sense is this is something we're going to want to do, and so we are investigating this. And so we'll be coming back to this group with more ideas around what those models would look like, what the constraints would be. But this is something I very much do want to do.
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to mention is if we can create a dedicated GitHub channel that we don't have to rebuild connectors that other people are connecting, or we can contribute to other people's connectors, is going to be huge. Because the disparity of having, you know, one connector or 5 different connectors for the same platform and only, you know, one of them works.
Well, so that related question, because this is another one. So, you know, GitHub, obviously the implication being some of you would be willing to share some of your connectors open source style. Is that something folks here would be considering, you know, open sourcing some connectors? Okay, we're just going to do that. We will figure out how soon we can do that, but we'll set up some kind of shared GitHub resource where people can start to post things, and I think that'd be awesome.
There's another point, which is I've got a mic, but it's got to be turned on at both sides. The connectors that we build, the integrations, the dips that we build on top of the HTTP integration, there's no reason that I can think of why we would not make those available in open source form. Because at the end of the day, they're useful to people, right? They'll be useful examples to you. So we will be doing that. Preston. I answered. Clearly, you were happy with my answer then.
More questions?
Did we have stuff on
thoughts?
Slack? Oh, there you go. There's your answer. Everybody says yes. It's all good.
Okay, cool.